Hey team, Major Foe here. Operation Aftermath, turn 12.5 and 12.6 for the Commonwealth in France. We're into January 1942. Okay, the UK has two factories, so two tech rolls. Jet fighters is at a +1, so I need a 7 or above. That's a 9. See that? So jet fighters goes to stage 1. Long range aircraft is at stage 3. Needs an 8 or above. No bonuses. That's a 5. So they get a +1 on the next round. Okay. So that's where I've got the tech chart right now. And that's where I've got the income tracker. I think I'm pretty close, but I could be off. Just have a look, let me know. Okay, on to purchases for the Commonwealth. United Kingdom has $38. So 2 Marines is $8 and a militia is $2, so that's 10. 2 militia upgrades and a tank is 6 + 2 + 2 is another 10. Fighter is 10, so that's 10, 20, 30. And 4 militia be $38. Okay, FEC has $17. 2 Gurkha is 8. 1 Marine is 4, so that's 12. Militia upgrade be 14, and a militia would be 16, so they save $1. ANZAC's got 7. They're going to spend 6 on 1 submarine. Okay, on to attacks. So I'm hoping I'm doing this one right, but I've got, seaplane out of Queensland. It's going to move P-64, P-53, P-52. It can attack that transport. Submarine in P-32 is going to come off, smash everything. Going to come off rating and move 1 to P-42, 2 to P-44, and 3 to P-52. And it'll try and attack that heavy cruiser and transport. So I believe if the heavy cruiser hits, I can take the seaplane as an attack as it's in the C zone, but the seaplane attack can't kill the heavy cruiser, but it can kill the transport if it was to hit and the sub wasn't. I'll figure out, let me know if that's right or wrong. We'll see how it rolls, which will probably be all terrible anyway, it doesn't matter. The coastal sub in P-33 is going to move into P-15 and raid in that line. Over in Siam and Anatonkin, they're just walk-ons. So 2 Gurkhas from Burma will move down into Siam, and 2 Gurkhas in Burma. Those are hard to get off the map, yeah. 2 Gurkhas from Burma will move into Anatonkin, and FEC will go up $2, and Japan will go down $2. FEC goes to 15, Japan goes to 33. Okay. Over. Can you see from that side? I'll come to the other side, I guess. Over on this side of the world, we have 3 transports in that fleet in A-22, maybe? A-22. It'll offload 3 Marines out of London. I'll knock it all over. It'll offload 3 infantry out of London. And the 5 fighters will go into that fight. Four of which came out of London with the tactical bomber and the fighter off of the light carrier in A-23. Correction, A-22. That leaves what, 4 infantry, 1 marine, 1 airborne, 1 militia in London with 3 AA guns. Okay, I asked Durspot was going to scramble. He said no. So the bombards will be the battleship, which I'll move over. 2, 3, 4. 4 heavy cruisers and 1 coastal defense ship will be the first strike bombardments. Battleships at a 4, the coastal defense ship is at a 2, and the heavy cruisers are at a 2. Okay, I believe that's all the attacks. Yeah, that's it. Okay, go back to the board. All right, let's do the easy ones first. I don't know about easy, but we'll do the rating on the Japanese line first with the coastal sub. So UK's in green, Japan's in red. It's a coastal sub, so it's +1 on the green dice. That's 1 damage. 1's better than none. So 1 damage on the line in P15. Okay, and then we also have the first strike submarine against that transport and heavy cruiser. If the sub hits, then I'm gonna guess they're both dead, as the transport doesn't shoot back. Japan does not have radar or anything like that, so I don't think it would help anyway, but anti-submarine warfare, I believe they would get +1. 1 on defense for the transport. Enough rambling. Let's see if we can't get 3 or less. That's not even close. That's an 11. And the seaplane, 3 or less, should take the transport if it does hit. That also misses. Now I believe I can take the seaplane as a casualty if the heavy cruiser hits on a, yeah, of course it does, on a 6 or less. So I'll take the seaplane out as a casualty, and then we'll go with the sub. I believe the first strike is gone, so that misses anyway. And the heavy cruiser hits again. So I believe I lose both units, and the Japanese survive with both units. I could be wrong on that, just let me know, but I'm pretty sure that's how that should roll. Okay, going into Normandy versus that militia. So we've got a battleship at 4 or less for first strike. That's a 10, that misses. We've got 4 heavy cruisers at 2 or less on first strike. Close, we've got a 3, not gonna happen. And we've got the coastal defense ship at a 2 or less, also misses. So no first strikes. Okay, we've got the tactical bomber at a 7 or less. That's a hit, target select, so that does hit. Roll the 5 fighters, 1, 2 more hits. So that's definitely dead. And then the 6 infantry class units. So actually 2 hits out of that one. So 3 marines and 3 infantry. And then 1 militia gets a strike back at a 2 or less. That's a 10, that misses. So no damage there to us. The militia does die in Normandy. So that's off the board. So the UK will go up $1, 29 to 30. Germany will go down 61 to 60. So Germany's at 60. The UK is now at $30. There are 3 Marines and 3 infantry in Normandy. And it's now on to non-combat. I'll go and move all those pieces back to where they belong. So that battleship, coastal defense ship, and 4 heavy cruisers are still there in A23. The tactical bomber back to London. The fighter goes back on the light carrier. 3 fighters go to London, and correction, 2 fighters go to London, and 2 fighters go to Southern England. Okay, still on this side, we have those 2 submarines up here in A8. They'll come off of rating and they'll move 1 to A5, 2 to A6. One will stop there and one will carry on to A23. So there's a sub in A23 and there's a sub in A6. Okay, from London, we have an airborne and a air transport. 1 to A22, 2 to A21, 3 to A28, 4 to A35, 5 to A44, and 6 into Gibraltar. That airborne and air transport will land. The seaplane in Southern England. I guess it'll stay in Southern England. Those subs are still hanging around. They'll wait. That'll stay there. The 1 militia in London will move into Southern England. Okay, that's it for up north. We'll go down and around. See the mess of my room here. Okay, over on this side. So that submarine and seaplane are both destroyed. That one is off with damage. In Africa, we have the infantry in Cape Town will rail up to Lower Egypt. The infantry and colonial in Western Egypt will move into Lower Egypt as well. We'll do a unit recap at the end. The medium bomber in Lower Egypt, 1 to I-5, 2 to I-4, 3 to I-7, 4 to I-12, and 5 into British Malaya. The seaplane in Lower Egypt will move 1 to M8, 2 to M4, 3 to M2, and 4 land in Gibraltar. The Mediterranean fleet in M2 will move 1. Can you see it? Move 1 to M4, 2 to M8, and that includes all of the ships, which I'll go over a little unit disposition at the end, but I don't have enough space on the card, so I'll do that at the end. Okay, over in the territories here, I don't think there was any movements. Check my notes just to make sure. He didn't survive. Yeah, that's it. Okay, on to placing of units. So obviously the submarine goes in P72 off of Sydney. The Marine goes into Calcutta. The 2 Gurkhas go into Burma. The militia goes into British Malaya. And the militia upgrade is Burma. Okay. For the UK, tank goes to Cape Town. Militia goes to Gibraltar. 2 Marines and a fighter go to London. You couldn't see that, but I'll go around and do the recap at the end. Check my notes one more time. We've got 2 militia upgrades. One is Scotland and one in Northern England. And 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower Egypt is going to get a militia. So that's still on the camera yet. And we'll come around. Scotland will upgrade their militia. And Northern England will upgrade their militia. 3 militia will be placed in Northern England, Southern England. And there's a 3 on there, so I can place that in home territory. So now 4 militia in Southern England. Okay. I believe that completes the Commonwealth side of the turn. Looking at collection of money. The UK has $30 and they have $3 in bonuses, so they'll finish with $33. Okay. FEC finishes at 15 and they have $2 bonus, so that's 17, and they saved $1, so they're at 18 next turn. Okay. ANZAC still has no bonus, but has $7, and they saved $1, so they'll be at $8 next turn. Okay, that concludes the Commonwealth side. French side. France has $6. They're going to spend $3 to start a minor shipyard in northern Algeria. So that takes that away. And then they have a couple non-combat movements. The medium bomber in Lower Egypt will fly to northern Algeria. And the destroyer in A22, bonus from the port, will move 1. 1 to A21, 2 to A28, 3 to A35, and 4 to A44. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And they will collect $5. They saved 3, so that gives them $8. All right, that concludes France's turn. We'll do a short unit recap. So down in Cape Town, there is a medium tank. Tanganyika has a militia. Sudan has a militia. There's 2 infantry, 1 colonial, 1 militia, 3 cavalry in Nubia, infantry in British Somaliland, infantry and militia in Aden, 1 militia, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 infantry, 1 colonial, 1 medium tank, 1 AAA gun in Lower Egypt. We have militia in Western Egypt. We have infantry in Jordan, infantry in Syria, militia in Cyprus, infantry in Malta, 4 infantry, 2 coastal guns, 1 fort, 1 airborne, 1 air transport, 1 seaplane, 1 militia in Malta. French destroyer in A44. France has a medium bomber, a cavalry, 2 artillery, 1 militia, 2 mountain, and 4 4 foreign legion in northern Algeria. The fleet in the Mediterranean consists of 2 destroyers, a battle cruiser, a light carrier, and a fighter, as well as 2 battleships, 2 heavy cruisers, 2 light cruisers, 5 more destroyers, 1 transport, 1 light carrier, and another fighter. Normandy has 3 infantry and 3 marines. The home fleet in A22 is 3 transports, 2 coastal defense ships, 1 battleship, 5 heavy cruisers, 1 light cruiser, 2 destroyers, 1 light carrier, 1 fighter, and 3 torpedo boat destroyers. London has 3 marines, 4 infantry, 3 AAA guns, 3 fighters, a tactical bomber. Northern England has 2 infantry. Scotland has a mountain brigade and an infantry. There's a sub in A6, a sub in A23, 2 fighters, a seaplane, and 4 militia in southern England. Okay, over here, there's a militia in Maharashtra, southern India, and Sea Line has an infantry. There are 5 infantry, a AAA gun, a marine, a transport in port, a fort, and a coastal gun in Kolkata. Militia in Bengal, 2 Gurkhas and an infantry in Burma, 2 infantry in Anatokan, 2 Gurkhas in Anatokan, 2 Gurkhas in Siam. 5 infantry, 1 militia, and 2 seaplanes, 1 AAA gun, and 1 medium bomber in British Malaya. And infantry in Hong Kong, a coastal sub in P-15, militia in West Timor, militia in Dutch New Guinea and New Guinea. And down here we have an infantry in North Island, a militia in South Island, 5 infantry in Sydney, a sub in P-72, 2 infantry, a seaplane, and a motorized in Queensland. All right, I think that's all. Free France has a minor shipyard in stage 2 of the build queue, and I believe that is everything. Okay, thanks again for watching.